Hello everyone. In today's video, we'll discuss Design by Robert Frost. Robert Frost's Design, first published in a 1922 anthology of American poetry, reflects on the argument that complexity of the world proves that a supernatural creator must have designed things. Let us begin with the poem now. I found a dimpled spider, fat and white, on a white heel all, holding up a moth like a white piece of rigid satin cloth. In the first stanza, the speaker opens by describing the white spider hunting a white moth on a white heel all. A heel all is a flower with medicinal properties and is normally blue in color. The spider has probably just eaten. It is fat and well fed and sits on a flower, white against white. White is a symbol of purity and innocence and is often associated with angelic beings in the Bible. Yet, when the speaker finds a white spider on top of a white flower holding a dead white moth, the sight offers none of the warm, fuzzy feelings associated with it. Therefore, Frost is being ironic in choosing white to contrast deeply with the dark business of the hunting and devouring spider. The flower holds the moth, but nothing can stop the dark forces of nature, or in this case, the hungry spider. The moth is a prize being held high by the spider, like a piece of rigid satin cloth. This implies that the cloth has been ripped, a parallel with the death veils that cover the dead in a casket or coffin, now raised like a flag. Second stanza. Assorted characters of death and blight, mixed ready to begin the morning rite, like the ingredients of a witch's broth, a snowdrop spider, a flower like a froth, and dead wings carried like a paper kite. The second stanza of Design are the poet's question about life in general after observing this little horror show. Although he continues to discuss the spider, the moth, and flower, he is really discussing the greater situation of humanity. When the speaker mentions the witch's broth, he implies that darkness lurks everywhere. Humanity, according to Frost, is as unprotected as the moth on a flower and as dangerous as the spider. Frost uses similes to describe his feelings upon observing a spider eat its prey, like the ingredients of a witch's broth and dead wings carried like a paper kite. He likens the spider to something supernatural like a witch and to something so psychopathic that it would play with its live or dead food like a kite. Stanza 3. What had the flower to do with being white? The wayside blue and innocent heel all? What brought the kindred spider to that height? Then stirred the white moth titter in the night. What but design of darkness to appall, if design govern in a thing so small? The speaker sees white as a freak of nature because the actual heel all is blue in color, the color of revelation. But here it is white, as if drained of life and medicinal properties. The speaker is attempting to make the case for a faithful intelligence which is behind the movements of a spider, the moth, which brought them together at an exact time and place on the flower. The final question suggests that this design is dark in nature, intended to shock and nauseate. The final line then brings uncertainty, but the word govern implies that there is a power in charge somehow, in some way, pulling the strings. In the end, however, the poem questions whether God exists at all. The speaker wonders if there really is any sort of design to a thing so small as this creepy little interaction between the spider, moth, and flower. Thank you all for watching.